Testing, 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 testing. It's this damn dog. Okay, was that a 2-minute countdown, honey? I didn't think. I'm like, that was short. Hi, Rags Family Farm. Okay, honey. Where's Miss P right at? Where are you? Yes, because I'm not going to be up here long. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Dana with the Data podcast on Wednesdays, where we talk about mainly the migrant crises that is going on in Chicago. And the question is, are Black Americans being detained by the ICE agents, right? That's the narrative that they're putting out there. But before we get into the show, just have to plug in some things. If you see this Q code up here at the top, please, guys, click it and donate to my birthday month fundraiser. Yes, I started a fundraiser so that I can, have you guys support my platform, because it's a lot of new things that I plan on doing. And I'm going to be, this is money coming out of my pocket. So I want to start a fundraiser to level up my content, whether it's going on locations and bringing people in. It's a fundraiser to level up the Real Dana YouTube channel. So I'm not asking for presents, because last year I had a birthday registry and I got some wonderful presents or money. No, I'm asking for you guys to donate to my fundraiser. So please do. You could click this, take a little, what you do with the phone with the screenshots, or you can just click the link that's in the chat. That'll take you straight to the give, send, go, so you can give and send and then go. Yes. I see P ring, honey. What else, guys? Please share. Shout out to everybody on X. Please repost. Please hit the bell button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Yeah, all that good stuff. And I do see P Ray. And yesterday was my birthday, so you guys could still say happy birthday. All right, so let's get into it, because we gotta talk about the ICE in Chicago, honey. It's a crisis. Honey, we did a walkthrough. Pull that goddamn camera down.
Hold on.
And mute. That's perfect. Perfect. Can you hear me? I can't hear you now.
You told me to mute.
Oh, I thought I had muted you, but yeah, good. All right, so wait. P. Ray, quickly introduce yourself before we get into the topic.
I am P. Ray Easley, the founder and chair of Chicago Red. I'm also running for Congresswoman of the 7th Congressional District, which is the west side of Chicago, the Chicago Loop, and the Brownsville and Inglewood areas. Shout out to the 7th Congressional District.
Okay, so let me get into the first video, because we have to get into, our Black Americans, Black Chicagoans being detained by ICE. You guys probably seen this one, but just a quick recap here. Let's see how I'm going to play this. No, I guess I could do it like that. Or like this. All right, here we go.
At protest just hours after federal agents in large trucks took over a street in the South Shore neighborhood. Neighbors tell us they saw multiple arrests during the targeted immigration raid.
People who live there tell our Sabrina Franza that American citizens were also briefly detained. She's live for us on the scene now. Sabrina?
Joe, Erica, just about 12 hours ago, this entire street here was flooded with federal agents. Inside the building, we saw doors being boarded up after some of those doors were smacked down in the middle of this immigration raid. As you mentioned, we are hearing from neighbors that some of the people who live here were briefly detained by law enforcement. Sources tell us that is standard protocol to keep everyone inside safe, though people who live here say this was frightening and definitely disconcerting.
They asked me, was I a U.S. citizen? I told them, yeah. I was born here.
Patricia Fisher says she was detained by federal agents this morning.
It was real tight, all right here. And every time I moved, it would hurt.
claims she was held for hours in a van with other neighbors at 7500 South Shore Drive, while agents confirmed her identity, citizenship, and confirmed she had no active warrants.
Put us in the black van, and then had the other Venezuelans in the white van.
Children, she says, also let out of the building.
No shoes. The kids didn't have no shirts or no pants on. They just treated us like we were nothing.
So why are you taking U.S. citizens if you came for just these immigrants? They said, oh, we just came for these 5 people that committed the crime. So where in your warrant does it say detain the entire building?
Ebony Watson watched and filmed what she saw.
And all you see is this whole block full of budget rental cars.
A massive show of force and rental trucks used in this mission alongside ICE, FBI, and other federal agencies. The FBI called it a, quote, targeted immigration enforcement operation. Are they at the property? Because we're here. We tried to find the property manager. No one would meet with us or give us any information about what happened.
It's crazy. It felt like we were under siege last night.
This entire neighborhood still grappling for answers.
You know, this is supposed to be America. We all supposed to have rights, and it looked like our rights are just gone.
Now, we're still waiting for more information from ICE, DHS, or Border Patrol. We've reached out to all of them and are still waiting for more details about exactly why this happened this morning, who they were looking for, and who has since been detained. We'll circle back when we have those answers. We're in South Shore. Sabrina Franz.
All right, so I want to get your take on this, P. Ray. You know, what are your thoughts on this?
So first things first, thank you to ICE. Thank you to Border Patrol. They came and landed a Black Hawk helicopter right on their heads, okay? This is not a game anymore. They thought that it was sweet. So thank you to President Trump for looking out. But beyond that, let's talk about this video that you just showed. So the first lady, I think her name was Patricia, I remember because it's my name. Patricia is a squatter. Patricia was banned from the building. Patricia was living in the electrical room with her boyfriend. Now, this came out from people who live in the area. They then took this same woman and cleaned her up and put her in the press conference where she talked about how terribly Black people were treated in that situation. So Patricia has been unmasked as a person, as a paid plant, and not a plant, but like someone who was paid to do these things. Beyond that, the Chicago Police Department would not help them. So if the Chicago police came in, maybe they could have faced the building differently. They could have gotten the citizens out, all types of things. But the governor and the mayor have both stated that our local law enforcement can't help. Therefore, they had to move like a military campaign. This was a military campaign. These people were not, what they called it, zip tied together. They said that they had zip tied American children together. Then they showed the little baby with his little baby arms behind his back. That was uncovered as being a man playing cops and robbers with his child. So it's not as bad as people are saying it is. Actually, the people who live in South Shore are extremely happy that this building is gone. Dana, they were selling drugs, they were selling booty, they were selling people, you name it, it was happening in this building. And we had people that were literally reaching out to us, telling us, please tell them to come on 75th and South Shore Drive. This building was right across the street from a grammar school. So every day, the little kids on the way to get their lesson had to pass this third world chaos, and it's not fair to them. We also know that this building was actually condemned. It was not, so they've showed the videos of how the building looked before those people moved in. The landlord, it seems like, had this building and then just let them move in, got some money, and then just let them run amok. So this was not a building that had multiple American people living in it. At one point, there was only one floor that was occupied, and I'm sure after they took over the building, they were removed as well. So all these people that want to make spaces, want to make videos, all this stuff, generate all this content, leave us alone in Chicago, please. Wish us luck and leave us alone. This is not a game. This is life or death.
Is this Patricia?
Yes, that's Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. Right. Hey, Pat.
All right. So what apparently a black man was choked by ICE agents.
Let's talk about that, Miss Dana, because that happened right over here on the west side on Harrison in California.
Well, I actually have a video I want to play first with that.
Yes.
Okay.
The people, whatever they call, Joe, they ain't tweaking on people, shorty. They just made them have an accident. Look, they tweaking. They better not come over here. I'm gonna run them over. Don't fuck with me. I ain't Venezuelan. I am from right here, Chicago. Look, he tweaking. He just hurt himself. Look, nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. His ass hurt. Look, they was just chasing him up. Look, they on that. What the fuck? It's a lot of they ass too, boy. They chasing him up from on the E-way. Look. He running. The other one, the fat one, he fell. He dumb as hell. Look, they tried to get out of there on their ass. Y'all ain't supposed to be wearing a mask, bro. He don't even know where he at. Boy, take your ass back. They deep too, look. Damn. Y'all need to go ahead on my mama. Look, they another car. Y'all need to go back, man. Stop chasing motherfucker people. Right there. Look, they caught him. Where they going with him? Where y'all going with him? Yeah, where y'all going with him, what? Oh, wait, I mean, they moving fast around this bitch. Hold on. Hey, where y'all going with him? What? They finna take him in the alley or something. Hey, where y'all going with him? What? Hey, he a U.S. citizen, what? Look. Yep. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Fuck this. Fuck. Look, they got their guns out. Put them guns up, boy. Bitch ass. Y'all ass better take y'all ass back, boy. Get back, Chuck. Y'all ass tweaking, boy. You just hit that man in his face like that, boy. You a bitch. He just upped this. He upped this pole on her. Look at the.
So what was up with that?
So the man, you can see his car had all the doors open. That's because he had just stolen that car and he was running away. He then hit the white Infiniti truck and then tried to bail out the car, and the feds just happened to be in the area and they detained him until the Chicago Police Department came. Now, if somebody hit your car and tried to run away, you would want the police to detain them as well. I don't understand what people so mad about, Dana. I don't get it. Like, either we want chaos or we want calm, but the two cannot coexist. This was a real live criminal. You see that white truck there? That woman was minding her own business. She had to go to the hospital after that degenerate hit her. Why are people upset? So the National Guard does not have arresting power, but the Border Patrol does. So because Chicago is less than 100 miles from an American border, which is Lake Michigan, then they have arresting jurisdiction in the city of Chicago. Why is everybody upset? Why are people out there yelling and screaming and got their phones out? Because they showing out and doing what the phone has told them to do. We really got to get the word out to our people that this is not our business. Get out the way. Get out the way. What you standing right there for? Why do you have your cameras in their faces? Why are you chasing them? It is so much you could be doing right now. Dana, right now on the west side of Chicago, chicken wings are on sale, okay? They got a 50-pound box for $40. Everybody go buy some chicken. You can fry it, you can barbecue it, you can make chicken noodles, you can make stew, you can do whatever you want to, but go get you something to eat and get out of these people's way. This is not going to help or assist what we're trying to do. Everybody is on board with this. Everybody, Dana. I've never seen black folks so happy in my life, but you got these people who want to push this narrative on black people that, they're coming for us and you gonna be going next and they gonna be, where they gonna deport us to? Mississippi? There's nowhere for us to go. If you are not up here committing crimes, they're not gonna be bothering you. Get out the way. That's all we need right now. Get out the way and please wish us luck. If you're not living in the city of Chicago, this ain't none of your business. I mean, this is your platform, of course. But what I'm saying is, this ain't your business. This is not your business. This is not your life. These are not your taxes. These are not your children riding the buses. These are not your women getting snatched up and raped and robbed and done all this stuff too. It's just entertainment for people. It's content for people. But this is our real life. So please, wish us luck and leave us alone.
So I want to go to Brandon Johnson, right? Because that particular incident, so he was saying yesterday, federal immigration agents at the intersection of South California Avenue and W. Van Buren Street, that's where that was at, right? Put a Chicagoan in a chokehold on the side of the street. These agents are rude, unaccountable, and cannot be trusted to keep Chicagoans safe. Thankfully, brave Chicagoans documented these actions and posted them on social media. The recklessness of these unchecked federal agents puts all Chicagoans at risk, regardless of their immigration status. In South Shore, earlier this week, we saw federal agents busting down doors, handcuffing children, and putting long guns in their faces of Black working class residents. We need transparency and accountability from federal immigration agents operating in our city. I think Brandon Johnson is doing way too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I had this clip of him. What's he talking about? Was it this one? No. Okay, yeah, this one. Let's see here.
Today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids. And today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining.
And then we have, who is he? I guess he's police chief. He's the Chicago PD superintendent.
Nary Snelling.
What's his name?
Nary Snelling.
Okay. So he's issuing a warning to Antifa.
Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions. Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them. If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you.
I don't know exactly what happened in that dispatch room, nor what the communication was between dispatch and that particular commander. But what I do know is the rank and file police officers here in Chicago do support immigration and border patrol. It's just they're not allowed to say anything. They've got a mayor that will fire them if they say anything. They've got a governor that is wildly out of control with his rhetoric. So they're up against it both ways. I think those police officers want those gang members and those criminals taken off the streets just like we do, but they're handicapped beyond belief.
Well, the president of the National Fraternal Order of Police and the Illinois State Police Union expressed shock at these reports. Don't you think we need to get to the bottom of it? And how and when will we get to the bottom of it?
Absolutely. We do need to get to the bottom of it because, Sean, there's going to be more incidents just like this because it's a war zone out there. Secretary No mentioned a bounty on the heads of federal agents, that $2,000 to kidnap, $10,000 to kill senior Border Patrol officials and senior ICE officials here in Chicago. Now, Sean, what happens between the kidnapping and the killing portion? That's something out of a third world country. Is this America? So we do need to get to the bottom of that. And I do believe that we'll get some more clarity on what happened there with the response. And I do think we're going to see additional, better response from Chicago Police Department in talking with Superintendent Schnelling and others.
Breaking news that we're following this afternoon. A high-ranking member of a street gang is charged with putting a hit out on a senior law enforcement official involved with Operation Midway Blitz. Police arrested 37-year-old Juan Espinoza Martinez this morning. And according to the U.S. Attorney's Office here in Chicago, Martinez sent a Snapchat message stating, quote, $2K on information when you get him and $10K if you take him down. The Tribune reports the alleged target was Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino. Breaking news that.
All right. So what is really going on when we're talking about the local police versus the federal agents and National Guards, which is there now, and the protesters that are actually the ones causing a lot of this chaos and violence, you know, in Chicago. But then you have a mayor, right? By the way, Trump is calling for the mayor and the governor to be arrested. But, you know, what is it like between law enforcement, protesters, and local law enforcement working with federal agents and ICE?
It's against the law in the city of Chicago, county of Cook, or state of Illinois to assist federal agents. So it's not that they're saying when they did the stand down order, they didn't necessarily have to go help them anyway. And that's the problem. That's why the troops have to come, because somebody has to protect the ICE agents, because they are not a police force in the sense where they can go and arrest these protesters who got caught out there with guns, bombs, tear gas. They have brought people from outside the state of Illinois here to cause mayhem and chaos. I was just talking to one of my friends. We were in the grocery store together, and I was noticing all these white people with these odd tattoos. And I'm like, these people are not from here. Those people are Antifa. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Hello?
All right, go out and come back in. She's going to go out and come back in. While we wait for P-Ray real quick, guys, I'm putting the Dana's fundraiser Q code on the screen. Please take a picture of it and donate to my fundraiser. Okay, here she go.
Sorry
there you
about
go.
that. You know, when I get calls.
Yeah, I know.
In any case, Like I was saying, they brought these people from out of town to come and harass us, come bother us, and we don't care. You see now the others are so tough that they're gonna go and they're gonna put bounties on ICE, on the chief. How stupid can you be? But these people think that this is some type of third world banana republic because this is how they're running it. And now they see you can't do that. This is the feds. This is Donald Trump. And if you play with Donald Trump's men, you're going to prison. That's it. We're not gonna no collect go, no $200, straight to the Metropolitan Correction Center, which is the feds. So we are happy that they are here. Now we have to be careful too because we are the faces of this. So if they put a bounty on the Iceman head, I can only imagine what could come to me. So keep me in your prayers. I don't know what's happening. All I know is that we are on the time that we are on. We asked for this. 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 We called ICE live on the air on my show, Dana. So like, this is not a new thing. We did that 2-3 years ago. And the reason that we want them here is larger than the Venezuelans. Much larger. They're deporting Irishmen, Poles, Russians, Ukrainians, Chinese, Iranians, you name it. If you not right, you got to get out of Chicago. And we are okay with that. Anybody who is not okay with that is an enemy of the American people, and you should go with them because they about to go.
One more thing, P. Ray, because I know you have things to do today. I want to play this clip because now the governor of Illinois is saying if the National Governors Association chooses to remain silent, Illinois will have no choice but to withdraw from the organization. We should be standing as one against the idea that Donald Trump can call up National Guard against our will. Let me just play this.
Governor Pritzker is, interestingly, calling on his fellow governors around the country to rally to Illinois' defense. In a letter to the National Governors Association, he says, quote, if the president continues overriding governors to deploy military assets into another state against the governor's will, we have abandoned the foundational principles that have protected our republic for nearly 250 years. This action must be denounced immediately and unequivocally by the National Governors Association. Should National Governors Association leadership choose to remain silent, Illinois will have no choice but to withdraw from the organization. Joining us now from Chicago is J.B. Pritzker, a Democrat, the governor of the great state of Illinois. Governor Pritzker, I know there's a lot going on. Thank you for making time to be here with us tonight.
Good to be with you, Rachel.
Let me ask you just first about this call to your fellow governors around the country. What are you asking them to do here to support you?
Well, let's start with we should stand as one against the idea that Donald Trump has the ability to call up our National Guard against our will. I want to remind you that just last year, Joe Biden tried to call up National Guard, federalize them, to take Air National Guard and move them into the Space Force. And all 50 governors signed onto a letter, including, I might add, Greg Abbott from Texas, saying that it was improper for the president of the United States to call on governors to either send their National Guard or to federalize the National Guard so that the president could use them however he wanted to. Now, this year, of course, Greg Abbott is a tool of Donald Trump. He's his lackey, and he is, in fact, doing exactly what Donald Trump wants and going against exactly what Greg Abbott said he would do last year. So this is a problem. The National Governors Association, under Governor Stitt from Oklahoma, who's chair, seems unwilling to stand with the rest of us governors, Governor Kotek, Governor Newsom, and others, to prevent Trump from taking our National Guard, federalizing them, and then using them either against us or against other states.
So you said that, local law enforcement legally cannot help federal agents. And now we have this governor here. And I think the governor and the mayor should be arrested because they were harboring felons, criminals, such as illegals, right? But what are your thoughts on what the governor is trying to do? He's just trying to push back, because let me just also add this: the NAACP, they're getting involved now, condemns the recent attack carried out by ICE in Chicago, where Black and brown community members were violently detained in the middle of the night. And my thing is, NAACP, they're not speaking for Black Americans. Mute up.
So, oh, I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, they're not. They're. It seems like all of these organizations are trying to protect illegals, and the people that are protesting are not Black Americans. They are Hispanics, Latinos, Mexicans, or what have you. So I want to get your thoughts on the governor and the reaction from outside organizations such as NAACP.
So I went to the NAACP meeting Saturday, the Chicago West Side branch, which is my family and home. Everything I'm doing, I got from the NAACP on the West Side. And what was interesting about this meeting is that the president said, we're going to come up with our own statement because they talking about something in nationals that we might not necessarily agree with on this West Side. So that's the first thing. That's a national statement, but they are not speaking for the branches. And I'm not speaking for the branch either, but that's what I got from the meeting that I went to. However, JB Pritzker is into it with Donald Trump. Donald Trump be calling him all big, fat, nasty, sloppy, lazy, shiftless failures of a man, right? Donald Trump called this man fat and nasty so many times that now JB Pritzker is losing weight. So this is a beef between two rich white men that we are suffering because of. That's why I'm here, to be this mediator, because we don't have time to get caught up in their beef, their pissing contest, and now we got to play these games. JB Pritzker knows what's going on. JB Pritzker knows that we spent $2 billion on healthcare for illegals. So nobody can say that the healthcare for illegals was not coming out of somebody's pocket, because it came out of ours in Illinois. Who paid for it? We gotta focus on the money. If we just focus on the money, we don't have time to get into all this emotional stuff, all of this, whoa, Lord, they're coming. What are we gonna do? No, because you're gonna look at your property tax bill and say, something's right here's gotta go. Something's gotta change. Look at the crime rates. Look at what they were doing over there on 74th and Lakeshore Drive, what they're doing over here on Polk and Independence. Like, this is life, what they're doing on 49th and Lakeshore Drive. They are off the chain, America. There's a little set of little girls. They're like 3 or 4 of them, but they're no older than about 11 years old. Do you know that they go out to the clubs at night at Fulton Market and sell candy and flowers and be dressed like they grown women? Who watching these kids? Where's DCFS at? I can't send my little girl out there to sell nothing at night. They have a parallel justice system. The law is working not against them. They're not going against the law. They have their own separate law. And we don't want that here. It makes us unsafe. So JB not telling the truth, Brandon not telling the truth. I hope that President Trump does come and lock them up. It's time to wrap this up. Because we are getting all of the justice that we asked for. Anybody who does not agree with it, thank you very much, but you will be hard pressed to find a true Chicagoan who is not very, very, very happy about what's happening right now. This is a great time to be a Negro in Chicago. God bless America.
Let me add a couple of super chats I want to read while you're here real quick. Thank you, David. He says all the criminals are under threat in Chicago except Sinaloa. I know I'm saying it wrong. Cartel members. Peace to chairman. Is that true? How you pronounce that? S-I-N.
You said it right.
Okay.
Sinaloa.
So are they the only ones that's probably not under threat?
Well, they're the biggest threat right now. So the feds are looking for them. They're the ones who got designated as terrorists.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're I think what he's saying, everybody should be calm except them, because beforehand they were not being prosecuted. So on a local level, that's true. But on a federal level, they're the ones who are being hunted right now.
I think he's saying they're the ones that are getting away with stuff, but the federal agents are focusing on everybody else because maybe they're the most influential cartel that nobody don't want to mess with. I don't know, but
No, he don't know what he's talking about. I'm telling you, they got those trucks all up and down 26th Street right now. I'm telling you, it's going down in the city of Chicago.
I have another one here. Thank you, Flip the Script. He says, we had a mute up a second. We had a bipartisan agreement to speed these court dates up. They arresting everybody with no regard to citizenship. That is dangerous to all. So, I mean, if you are a citizen, oh, this is Flip again. Thank you, Flip the Script. He says, the state has no choice but to cover them as not to spread disease. This is because Trump did not sign the bipartisan agreement to change asylum process. Well, why the hell would he? Because all those people, those 20 million plus people, are not asylum seekers. And we only, by law, we are only allowed to admit 250 asylum seekers annually, if that much, if it's that much. So what are you talking about? Flip the script? Nah. All right. Anything else, P. Ray? Because I know you have a day.
I do have a day. Happy birthday, Miss Dana. Happy birthday.
And happy birthday to you as well.
Yes, thank you. So let me tell you what happened. My birthday was October 3rd, October 2nd. My birthday is October 2nd. On October 3rd, Kristi Noem brought ice to my neighborhood. So I'm telling everybody that Mr. Trump sent ice to the hood for my birthday. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. No, for real, Kristi Noem came to the Austin community and raided the Walmart. So this is happening in real time, everybody. Please just wish us luck, wish us luck, wish us luck, please. And stay out our business. I'm telling you, we are so good here. Black Chicago does not need America to come and save us from ICE. No, we don't. Just please participate in the weekend chicken wing sale. Go buy you something to eat and cook for your family. Thank you, Miss Dana.
Being that you spoke about Kristi, I want to play this video because this is her detaining and illegal. So I'm assuming this was in Chicago.
Yes.
So I'm going to play this.
La he mirado en la pelea. La he mirado.
Let you out?
Yeah.
No, not let you out. You're under arrest. You're under arrest. Are you here in the United States illegally?
Estás aquí ilegalmente. Tiene papeles para estar aquí.
That's a criminal charge in this country, to be here illegally.
¿Sí o no? ¿Tiene papeles?
Is that your brother? Yes? Yes? What's his name?
My brother?
Yes.
¿Cómo se llama? ¿Esteban?
Aristeo.
Yeah.
Aristeo.
Okay. You waited until we detained you. So now you will be removed from this country and never given the chance to come back.
Vas a ser declarado.
Do you have family here besides your brother?
¿Tengo familia aquí?
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll talk to him.
Yeah, did this guy think saying "let me go" was going to work? I don't know. That was.
He's a brother to the individual that we had targeted because of his criminal convictions on ID theft and being in this country illegally. He is detained because he's in this country illegally as well, and will be removed and never given the chance to come back. And that's our message continuously to people all the time, is that, listen, if you deport now, if you're in this country illegally and leave on your own, you may get the chance to come back to the United States again someday. But if you wait until we detain you, you will never, ever get the chance to come to America again. So now, unfortunately, because of his criminal activity, he's impacted his brother, led him into this country illegally, and now his brother is paying the consequences as well. If you care about your family, go home. Go home now.
I think that's a proper message.
I think so too. Yeah, shout out to Kristi. She is doing her thing. It's a beautiful time. I'm telling you, Chicago's so happy. And for those, I saw somebody in the comments that said, where do I live in Chicago? In the Austin community, America, the largest American Negro community on the west side of Chicago, where the sun shines brighter and the people are happier. We love it there.
Thank you, P. Ray. Always
You're
appreciate
welcome.
you coming on.
See you.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Guys, did you hit that like button? Please hit the like button and please share this video. Share. Thank you, David. He says, happy birthday, Dana. Thank you. Appreciate you. Shutdown still going on, guys. Is the shutdown still going on? And somebody clicked the Q code. Thank you so much, whoever clicked it. Let me see. Let me go in here and see if they even donated. Maybe they just clicked it to look. But I do need to say thank you to Rachel. Thank you to Ethelyn, for being the first 2 donators. So listen, my fundraiser, I will be promoting it all month long, right? And every month, but this is my birthday fundraiser. This is a 1-month fundraiser that I do have a goal, but I am going to continue on with the fundraiser. So yeah, honey, I know it's the beginning of the month. Y'all got to pay y'all rent or y'all mortgage. This is why this is a month-long fundraiser. And every day I will be promoting it. Yes. And I will appreciate you guys if you donate. So please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you to the subscribers. Joseph, Tom, LM, hit the notification button so you can get all of the notifications when I go live or drop a video. And was there anything else that I wanted to cover? Well, I do have this, right? Speaking of, Black people being arrested. And also, I'm going to put the link to P. Ray's website to her organization down below as well. But I do want to play this because, P. Ray came on and said, no, that is not true. Black people are not being detained. And if they are being briefly detained because ICE raided that building, they're released, So, but I do want to play this clip because this woman is going viral saying, Chicago, you need to stop lying, and saying people on this internet need to stop lying. So I want to play this real quick.
Chicago, you need to stop lying and saying, and people on this internet need to stop lying and saying that they're coming for Black people. Yes, there was a building in a Black community that was not majority Black because it had been overran by illegal gang bangers. Let's be clear. So why everybody want to keep throwing that narrative around? Half of South Shore is fucking invaded by illegals. That's the truth. So don't get on here saying Black people are being came for. They're coming because they're in our neighborhoods and our communities. That's why. So yes, they're going to go in buildings where Black people live and sleep because they put them in buildings where Black people live and sleep. South Shore, born and raised. I know what I'm talking about. Stop pushing that narrative because it's not correct. So for those who was questioning about who I am and where I'm at, this is Adam Clayton Powell. This is the building that everyone is in an uproar about. So as I said, South Shore, this is your community, your neighborhood, and this building was not majority Black when the ICE came the other day. Yes, Black people were affected, but this building was overran by illegal Venezuelan gangs. And I just had several conversations with residents who are moving their stuff out of here that confirmed that. So stop letting media put that false narrative in your head that somebody coming for you, because they not. You was born here. You was born on this land. Rise up and stand up on something and stop letting any and everybody tell you something.
She's right. She's right. Why y'all scared? Because if you knew that you were living amongst illegals and criminals, you didn't report them, and maybe you did, and the local police department didn't do anything because that is a sanctuary city, and Mayor Brandon Johnson wants to protect the illegal criminals and regular illegals, period, right? So The mayor wasn't doing anything. The governor wasn't doing anything. Only thing they were doing is spending billions of dollars, giving these illegals resources that these illegal criminals were benefiting from as well. So yes, they do need to be arrested. Trump needs to find some type of court, some type of judge, some type of loophole, some type of law that could press charges against the mayor and governor. And then once he does that in the state of Illinois, he could then go to New York. He could then go to Boston. He could then go to Portland, do it in Portland, do it in California, right? But, listen, the buck stops now. So, like Christy Nam said, if you would self-deport, then you could actually apply and come back. But if you don't self-deport, and it was giving them money to self-deport at that, but if you don't self-deport, not only are they going to detain you, you're going to be put in a prison in another country, and you would never be able to apply to come back here. So why are people trying to still harbor these illegals? Why? Why are people protesting and causing all this ruckus against ICE when they're just doing their job? Why don't you, organizations, the NAACPs, the mayors, the governors, the sanctuary cities officials, these protesters, whatever who you are, why don't you legal Hispanics, legal Latinos, why don't you tell your illegal people, because you know who they are, because they're living in your house, in your community, why don't you tell them, listen, self-deport, and then we'll help for you to come back the right way? Why you don't tell your people to self-deport? They're getting money. They're giving what, $2,000? That's not even including the plane ticket. So because they won't self-deport themselves, then you got to bring the hammer down on them. And P. Ray said it best. You can't have chaos and calmness at the same time. That wasn't her exact words, but you can't have it both ways. ICE is not going to ask you, can you please leave? No. Because at that time, every day you're breaking the law when you're here illegal. And then on top of that, if you are already a criminal, you in gangs, you are selling drugs, selling guns, come on. Got to get you up out of here. Yes, Jason. Oh my God, this lady serious? Yes, I am. Are you talking about me? Are you talking about the lady in video? But I agree with the lady in video. Yes, Jason, dead ass serious. I don't have time for you liberal lovers. I don't. Because y'all living in a fantasy world. Y'all very delusional. I don't know why I sit up here and think it's okay for illegals to, get all this free access and free resources and an economic uplift on our dime, and then break the law when they come here, not just by being illegal, but by selling drugs, harming people, killing people, selling guns, doing all type of illegal activities. So yes, I am serious. If you go to their country, you go to Mexico, ain't nothing. No. You here on vacation. Okay, now take your ass back home. We Americans cannot go nowhere in South America and just sit our ass there and without reporting it. Are you crazy? And then if they detain us in any country in South America, they're not going to be nice. They're not going to be nice. They'll probably shoot you. They'll probably put you against the wall and shoot you easily, because the cartels run those countries, not their government. The cartels run the government officials. So miss me with all that extra BS. Miss me with all that extra BS, honey. I think that's it. I think I'm done for the day. Yes. 50 minutes, good time. Listen, thank you to everybody that donated, sent in a super chat, right? I would rather for y'all to donate to the fundraiser. Which it doesn't matter if you donate to the super chat, if you donate via super chats or Cash App or to the fundraiser, it's still going back into my projects, right? So, it's going back into the projects, but I'm trying to push people to just send it via donations. And I did get a couple Cash Apps from the other day. And I didn't get a chance to say thank you to those people. It's for my birthday. Who are they? Real quick. Thank you, Walter. Walter always, thank you. He always supports the platform. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Frank. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. And honey, what you doing? I hate all them damn emojis. All right. Thank you, everybody. Oh, somebody scanned it again. Yes, I hope you do donate. So 3 people scan. I like this little scan bar, honey. What you say? I wonder if this lady considers herself. Are you talking about me, Jason? Me? Are you talking about me? Yes, I do consider myself a Christian. Yes, honey. I believe in the blood of Jesus. Yes. Tony, you're upset? Dana doesn't have the attitude for this work. What kind of work? For media? Yes, I do. I don't have the attitude to be an ICE agent or a law enforcement. No, I do not. No, no, no. But what kind of work are you talking about, Tony? Are you a liberal lover as well? Where's the data? The data of what? That the illegals are not, all the illegals are not in gangs, that they're not committing crimes, they're not selling drugs, they're not selling guns. You need data for that? Are you that stupid? That's not the first, listen, we always had illegals here, even in the gangs. It's just that under the Biden administration, they literally opened up the door and they flooded in over 20 million illegals. That is unheard of. Unheard of. Yeah. So y'all keep saying, where's the data? I've had P. Ray come up. She is a Chicago resident. She is running for office. She is an activist. She is involved in her community. She knows her city laws inside and out. That was your data. I know, honey, they mad. They be getting mad. And I'm so surprised that even young people, older people are defending illegals, especially the criminals. Yes, they are pressed today. It's your podcast. Oh my God, honey. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful week. I will most likely be doing a panel this Friday. So I will see you guys Friday for a live show Friday night. And have a blessed week. And I will see you in the next video. I've had Chicago Flip Red on my platform before as well. They're out there too. Dear lady, you are dreadfully wrong. It's really uninformed. If you were such a Christian, you would not be professing and spewing the venom that you are doing. Well, what venom? That illegals need to be deported? So are Mexicans and the Mexican authorities, are they not Christians when they deport illegals? Anyway, you're too sensitive. But I stand on everything I said. I 100% support what P. Ray said, and it is what it is. Sorry. Bye. I don't have an outro. Okay, never mind. Do I? Oh, yes, I do. Wait a minute. No, I don't, and I need an outro.